begin. And as we do, we connect to our Ujjayi breath. So we can make that shift gently. Just a gradual enlargement of the volume and the shape of the breath. And then the application of that bottlenecking musculature activation that we do in the kind of the soft palatal and voice area. We'll align the skull bones over the tip of the tailbone. And then feel for the tip of the tailbone sinking down from the skull, and the skull floating, lifting effortlessly up from the tip of the tailbone. We'll start with 10 in, 10 out, so it's a 1-to-1 breathing ratio. And then we'll change it slightly to work with hold. Okay. So just beginning with the next inhalation, in for 10. Out for 10. Remember, you can be creating the inhalation motion with the body, even if air isn't necessarily entering. So it's not a count of air monitoring, but more of a count of movement. And select a hand to work alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to go, pardon me, in 5, hold 10, out 10. Okay. Alternate nostril breathing, in 5, hold 10, out 10. When we're doing alternate nostril breathing, ensure that your fingers aren't pushing your nose to one side of your face. It's an exquisitely light touch. And that you're bringing your hand to your head. You're not moving your head down or to the side to the hand. Let the chin remain directly over the sternum. Move the hand to the face. Relax the elbow. And we'll finish up this round. Then we'll move into a knee pile right over left. We'll work on locking the shoulder. We'll go with the left side. So opening up the hands, spreading open the feet, inhale. Breathing, opening the back of the ribs, letting those back ribs and back muscles start to move. And then exhale, glide the shoulder down, the shoulder blade down. And then engaging the chest muscles. Reaching the elbow forward. So a lot of chest engagement. Hold that chest engagement so that you can breathe into the shoulder blade side. It's getting some of those back bones and muscles moving, spreading, releasing that tend to get implicated in with the neck. Exhale, the shoulder down, the blade down. And we'll use the right palm to engage the chest muscles. Press. And you may have to hunt around to find that best place to get the chest muscle, the pec, to awaken. So if you feel the top of the shoulder, it might not be it. You may have to move your hand, move your elbow around, and get that chest. Then hold that chest engaged as you inhale again. Exhaling, the shoulder down. Reach elbow forward. And once more. When we release the left side, inhale, straighten that left arm out to the side. This is about a foot or a foot and a half off the ground beside your hip. And start to move those fingertips, that arm, just subtly behind you. So now you're starting to stretch that very chest muscle that was engaged. Find out if you can feel for that same area now. A bit on stretch. And it's okay if you relax the head off to the side, but we're going to use this moment as chest also. Make sure you're getting breath under that chest wall and that underneath that pec. That exact same chest area that works in our dolphin that just been engaged. When we release, stand the sole of the right foot to the ground. Inhaling the right hand down to the floor, the left arm now, lift it up, reach it up. And exhale that left elbow over the right thigh. Seated spinal twist. If it works on your shoulder already, start to reach this left hand down nearer to the right hip. Inhaling the upper back away from the mid back. Feel that distinction and movement. And then decide if you're going for the interlock today or just maintaining that grip of clothing by the waistband. And release. Inhale, unwind. And switch sides. Knee pile left over right. We'll start with unlocking the shoulder, the right side. Opening up between the foot bones, bringing the right elbow up, inhale. And start to attune to your breath, being in the rib cage area, this right quadrant. Exhale, draw the shoulder down. As you do, you're getting information where the shoulder is, where the ribs are. Draw the shoulder blade down. Now you're holding all that musculature as you take your next inhalation. So that little musculature need not impede these next several breaths. Exhale, take the shoulder down, the blade down, and engage the chest muscles. And as you engage the chest muscles, the rib cage, in a sense, has to counteract, or has to behave like a counterpoint to that engagement. So the arm and the ribs start to dance and relate and play with each other. Inhale. We'll take the left hand to the right elbow. Exhale the shoulder down. The ribs are counterpoint, the blade down, elbow press palm. Reach forward. Again, you may have to find that best place for the elbow and the palm to work together. And when you get that chest pec area on, hold it on, inhale. So helping your breath find the right armpit, the right shoulder blade area, the back of the body. Exhaling the shoulder down. Reaching the elbow forward. And when we release, reach that right arm down to the right. And then moving those fingertips a little bit back. So exploring that same pec area that was just kind of squeezed up. Now it's getting just a little bit of an opening up. I'm saying pec or chest because it's such an easy way to just drop us into a general vicinity fast. But of course, this is a deeply implicated bunch of structure. The neck plays into the shoulder, the rib walls play into the shoulder, play into the neck, play into the collarbone, and so it's a lot of complex relationship between all the structure in these shoulder areas. And as we release, we'll stand the sole of the left foot to the ground. This is for seated spinal twist. Inhaling, go left hand to the ground. Right arm can reach up. And you're reaching up to, again, get all of that rib, arm, shoulder blade, chest moving. Exhale the right elbow over the left thigh. Now we'll let the chin stay with the sternum, meaning the chin and the sternum can move together. If the shoulder's agreeable, we can reach the right hand down near the left hip. If anything starts getting buzzy or tingly, don't just back out and go to the place where it's not buzzing or numb or tingling. And let this twist, this kind of purposeful entanglement, let it catalyze a fuller, maybe even a more physical breath. And I don't mean forceful necessarily, but let that breath move and work into those compressed areas and those torsion places. Let that breath have the strength to get in there. there's kind of a quality of this resolute will breathe. Like, will breathe. Will release. Inhale, will unwind. Will kind of gets a bad rap a little bit because will is so often in my world, in my schema, gets connected up with like hardened, like willfulness, like the unyielding will. But there's a healthy representation of that in the body. No, I will breathe. Let's set up for a dolphin. Moving on your exhale. So you're following your breath cadence. We'll press the knees off the ground. And then we make the decision to feel and explore the sides of the ribs, the width of the heart space. So how do you deploy your breath in a width way? And where do you get to? Where do you find your breath? Can you find the width of your shoulder girdle, your rib cage, your arm bones, while inhabiting the core between your shoulders, the center, the midpoint? We're going to be here for about 6 more breaths. Not 10 minutes, just 6 breaths. Raise the right foot up. And as you're reaching that right leg outward, can you remain or inhabit with that center, that midpoint between the shoulders? As you're exhaling, reach that right leg out. Press through the forearms. Now let that sensation in the forearms spark an even finer knowing of where the center of the shoulders are. And without leaving the center of the shoulders, breathing, deploying, filling your breath out to the width of your ribs, shoulders, armpits. We'll set the right foot down and we'll change, so we're raising the left leg up for these next 3 breaths. Can you raise the left leg without necessarily leaving the space of the heart and the shoulders? As you press through the arms, can that sensation help fine-tune where the center between the shoulders is? As you're reaching your left leg away from that point, once more inhale, deploying breath in a width way, without leaving the center of the chest, the center of the shoulders. And we'll set that left leg down. We'll set the knees down and exit dolphin. Okay, legs turn. Bellies turn. Let's lie on back. And then we'll inhale the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. You can pick the feet up so the knees are over the hips. And as you're holding that breath, it's just a moment, feel where the tip of the tailbone is. And now exhale, send that left leg out, reaching the leg away from the guts. Now feel guts as you're drawing that low belly in and down. Pressing that left leg out, foot out. Inhale, the left knee bends, keeping the upper back up. Now hold the breath as just a momentary hold. Feel where the tip of the tailbone is. Get specific. Exhale, right leg reaches out. Reach the right leg away from the colon, intestines, the kind of whole peritoneal, sac. Sink the low belly down. Keep stretching the foot and the leg out. Inhale, bend the right knee. Let's do just 4 more on each side. Just that amount. And no, if you don't have back issues, and you're doing a really steady job to keep the low back connected to the ground, you might try lowering the foot 6 inches, but just 6. Just 6. Yep. When we lower the foot, there's a lot of, what's the moment arm? There's a lot of mechanical disadvantage or advantage that we can be giving the back. But that's a lot of work that the abdominals might have or might not have correspondingly. That's it. Be specific, right? Sometimes when it comes to the guts, less is more. Keyword there being sometimes. So let's turn onto a side and we'll press up to standing. As we're standing, a section of wall. I'm going to get a little bit of lunge at the wall. If you don't have a section of wall, this works fine against a couch. It's very soft. You know, if you get your foot on the cushion of a couch, very soft, easy. I'm going to start with the left knee down. Nice thing is if you do have a couch, you don't have to hold the mat up the wall. It's just a lot simpler to Walls are firm. So I've got the heel to the outside of the hip. And the first move here, actually, let's make it a hand move. Just let the hands kind of sandwich the low belly and the sacral area. So I've got one hand, kind of small the back, the low back, the sacrum. And another hand below the navel. And I'm not trying to flatten the back, but as you're feeling release or change in this left leg or the tensions in the left leg, you can start to feel with your hands how the pelvis changes the spine, how the pelvis change. Creates a little different shape through the organ area and the spine. And I want to encourage us, just like yesterday, we're finding ways to kind of breathe under the spine bones, to breathe into the back body. And you'll feel that quite directly with your hands. If the belly hand moves a bunch and the spine hand moves not at all, just it's a little bit of inner tinkering. And then just relearning how to deploy the breath into the back body. It does have a lot to do with the hip and the leg. All right. Great. Let's switch sides. Just that one move. And same thing on this side. We'll let the hands sandwich this dantian area, this low belly area. In many physical, subtle traditions, this is the place of much, much meditation and cultivation with the breath. to learning how to breathe and feel our breath occurring in this low belly area. Maybe there's some wisdom in that. There's many, many traditions. Yeah, I'm going to keep encouraging, aiming, sensing for the breath reaching that back side hand, that spine side hand. There we go. Do you sense changes in your organ area as you're breathing here and letting this tension of the leg, which is the low back, starting to change? And then let's release, exiting. And we'll stand at the top of our mat, so we'll come back away from a working spot. Inhale, the arms overhead. And you can start to stretch that front of hip and the organs, the lower organs. Now keeping those lower, let's take another breath. I know I'm talking a little more. So this front of hip and organ area stretched without collapsing this area, will fold. So exhaling, push the sit bones back and lengthen those organs down. Inhale, step the left foot back. We'll go heel up, knee up, lunge. And pivoting the left heel down to the ground, ostrich. We'll keep the torso up for a moment. So start by interlacing the hands, inhale. Now I let my warrior just kind of be a little floatier, a little softer, so my hips are actually facing inside my thighs somewhat. And inhaling, lengthening through the guts, reaching back to that left leg. Exhale, fold to the inside of that right thigh. Inhale, bring hands down to the waist for easy twisting warrior. Release the hands, left one to floor. Exhaling, the right one to the sky. Inhale, bring the right hand down. We'll pad the left knee as necessary. And the left hand first will grab the left ankle. And then the right. So we're either grabbing the left foot with the left hand or both hands. We're doing this as a chest opening move, so let the foot press softly back into the hands. So I'm trying to let the weight of my leg take the heads of my shoulders back. I don't have to dive deep into the lunge unless I really want to. But again, I'm just not letting the shoulders hook, pull forward. I'm letting the leg draw the heads of the shoulders, the arm bones, toward the back. Release. Inhaling, the foot down, the hands down. Stepping the right foot back, exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Use cobra if you need, prefer. Exhaling, downward dog. Lunge, knee up, heel up. Inhale the left foot forward. We started with that unlocking the shoulder to get the chest wall enlivened. We can reenact that just by engaging the arm lines. So without moving the palms, just compress the space between the palms. So starting to gather up that sense of aliveness from the chest, through the arms, through the fingertips. As you're holding those chest areas alive, breathe well into the upper back. So you get into neck territory, neck nerve territory, while you're accessing hips and lunge. What a combo. 2 for 1. All right, setting up ostrich. So inhaling, we'll pivot that right heel to the ground, interlace hands, and initially we'll stay upright. So exhaling the knuckles toward the back edge of your mat. And feeling breath, deploying breath to explore the full width of collar, rib, shoulder girdle. And exhaling, fold, ostrich, bringing the torso inside the thigh. Inhaling, releasing the hands down. We'll pad the right knee. Okay. And we're grabbing the right foot with either the right hand or both hands. For some individuals, just depending on how our body moves, and some people's spine may register that last move as a round or a fold. So maybe it works better for you to take this with one hand instead of two. Just try to go really easy on the pose combinations where we might be kind of flexing and extending the low back. So hopefully the lunges at the wall gave us enough moments to feel that we can breathe into the back body and support the spine. There's hopes, there's risks. It's a lot of moving targets. Do breathe, spineward. Feel the breath supporting your back body, the spine side. There you go. So a lot of what I can do is use my own personal practice to guide things along, and then use observation, hoping that I'm interpreting things correctly. So there's a lot of places for reinterpretation. Release. Inhale, we'll set the foot down, the hands down, stepping the left foot back. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. We'll do one more just as a form of release. We'll do that main kun stretch. So inhale, step the right foot between your hands, the center of the mat, the knee aligned over the arch of your foot. And with a very active foot, I'm going to tip my knee to the right. So I'm balanced on the outer edge of my right foot. Now I like that knee to remain aligned with my ankle or my instep. So I'll only walk that left leg back as much as I can still feel my right knee is intact. It's in a good spot. And so this instep, this right instep now is moving toward my navel, toward my abdomen. For some people, it might be the sternum. And release. Inhaling, we'll step the right foot back. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And inhale, step the left foot between the hands. For the setup, just set the right knee down. Want to make sure we get everything right for this knee. This outer edge of left foot is supporting a lot of our weight, so bend that knee. Tip the knee, the thigh to the left. This means the outer edge of the foot is supporting a lot. If you have an ankle issue, you just need to pad up and support that. And exiting, we'll tip that foot back to the earth. Inhaling the hands under the chest. Exhaling, stepping back, lowering down. Upward dog, inhale. Exhaling, downward dog. Gently set the knees down. And we'll take a transitional rest. So either have a seat or lie back, but choose a position that is quite restful. I'm now remembering our missed pose. We did miss a pose. Oh no. And allow your breathing to just begin to change. Feel that breath is easily absorbed by the body, the blood. We open up these pathways, these breath pathways, these feeling pathways, which are the tubes of the body, the blood tubes and the nerve tubes and the sensory paths through our body. We open these things up, clarify, clear them on a regular basis. So energy starts to move into these places in the body deeper and deeper, finer and finer. So you can start to attune to the aliveness of the blood, the prana, the energy, reaching deeply into the body. This is a move that requires no work. It's opening the mind, opening the body, and sensing the receipt, the absorption of the gifts of our practice. Gifts of blood, of energy, of intention. And then bend knees. Turn over, press to seated. Namaste.